Man, what's it like working with that running back room that you guys are with Quez and Batty? Seems to be a very competitive bunch.
Oh yeah, I already figured this one of the first questions.
Smart man.
Yeah. So just like to me, like competing is everything, and with Coach Lack adding Brian to the group, I feel like it keeps me more on my toes every day. Coming to practice, just knowing that I gotta be on my A game and do everything that I gotta do to get on the field next year. And I feel like us as a whole, like we're so connected. We brought them in with warm arms and open arms, and ever since then we've all just been going at it, just competing, helping each other out on the field and off the field. And I feel like the running back room is at its best right now, and we're just gonna keep getting better.
What does Brian add to the room?
He definitely adds some speed and quickness. He's a really quick guy. He can obviously take kicks back as well, and I just feel like he adds that speed and that quickness that that we need in the room definitely.
Coach Montgomery was talking yesterday, mentioned a couple times that you had that extra gear.
Yeah.
Is that something you bring to the run back room?
I feel like I do, and I feel like just on the field, like just going, like I just feel like I gotta bring that extra gear and then on top of that, I gotta bring that energy, and that's what I try to do in the room. I try to make the ones around me better, and that's it.
Do you like the idea that they told us that they want to rotate backs and get everybody involved in the offense?
Oh yeah, I love that. I want to be more involved in the offense this year, play a crucial role.
I know Jarquez is not the most vocal guy, but has he taken over more of a leadership role now that Tank's gone?
I feel like Jarquez is just always the guy that leads by example. The things that he do, you want to follow him because he's doing things right and he's doing it his way. And there's nothing wrong with leading by example. I feel like I'm more of the vocal running back in the group, vocal leader, and yeah.
Have you ever worn a cowboy hat or ridden on a horse?
I have. I've ridden on a horse before, but not like how Jarquez does. Like, if I go out of the country or something, I'll ride like a horse on an excursion or something like that. But I've never worn a cowboy hat.
Damari, what's the biggest difference for you now in year two? I mean, like how much is a freshman year in the SEC sort of a whirlwind, and I guess how much have things sort of come down for you and you've been able to focus a little bit more?
I mean, I wouldn't call it much of a difference. With my freshman year and this year, I came in with the same mindset. Even though Tank and Jarquez were in front of me, I still came in, competing like I was coming for the starting job. And I feel like that's how I am this year as well. And, that's how it is now, and we're still going to be the same.
What did you learn from Tank?
I learned a lot from Tank. I was really close with Tank before I came in, so he always just told me, little pieces of advice. And, he was always texting me, FaceTiming me, telling me to stay focused, just keep playing my role, and always stay ready.
Damari, you signed with the previous staff, and you were a leader of that recruiting class, helped keep it together. Then the coaching changes happened. How has everything affected you? How do you feel about the whole process?
I feel like it was kind of like a blessing in disguise. Things happen, and it is what it is. But I feel like when Coach Freeze came, a lot of coaches just changed. Like, the culture is still trying to get better, but it's changing. And I feel a change in the relationship that I have with Coach Freeze than I had with the previous staff. And I feel like I can talk to Coach Freeze anytime that I want to. And that's always been the way with Cadillac. And I'm happy that Cadillac is still here. And yeah.
What was that time like when he took over the team there?
Oh yeah, that was. I don't know. I can't even describe it. Like, Cadillac didn't even know what to do. I talked to him a few times, and he was nervous, shaking in his boots and all. So, but yeah, that was a time I can't remember. A time I'll never forget. Definitely.
Do you think? Have you noticed a difference in his coaching with you guys now after him having the experience as a head coach?
Not really. Cadillac just gonna be Cadillac. Ever since I came in, he's always coached us the same. He's always just been a real stand-up guy. Always kept it real on and off the field, and I feel like nothing's gonna change, and he's gonna remain the same.
Your personal game, after your freshman year, is there anything you said to yourself, I got to get better at this and this? You've been working on anything like that?
So my thing was just getting really bigger, stronger, faster, and that was my whole thing this off season. And I've been working my tail off to improve in those areas because I'm playing some big boy ball in the SEC, and I'm just getting ready for that. And I feel like by fall I'll definitely be ready.
What gains have you made so far in that area as far as bigger, stronger, faster?
Like weight wise?
Yeah.
I'll be weighing in like 205 some days, like 207.
Okay.
Say it again.
Did you make some gains strength wise and speed wise in the offseason?
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm running like it's a low 4.5 right now, speed wise. Strength wise, I'm pretty sure I got stronger, but we haven't like really maxed out or anything.
When you do you remember your first carry, your first hit?
My first carry. I remember. I don't remember it like that, but I know it was the Mercer game. I was definitely nervous my first carry because it was like second quarter. I was not expecting to get in that early, but I don't remember the first hit. But I remember one hit. You guys probably wouldn't even notice it. I was on kickoff return and I was blocking. It was Penn State game, and we just collided. And I was walking off the field, like, just seeing stars. Like, I was like, oh, that was my welcome to college moment. And, yeah, that was it.
But and then from there, like, after you get that first one, like, first real hit,
Yeah.
but you survive it. Like, what does that kind of do for you then going forward?
I just feel like that's just the game of football. Every game, you come in with a little bit of nerves, and once you get that first hit, it's like, okay, now we're rolling. And I just feel like that's how it is every game, definitely.
Damari, how would you assess your own performance so far this spring? How do you think you've been producing in practice so far?
Yeah, I think I've been doing pretty well. From my standpoint, I've been picking up pass pro pretty well, recognizing some pass pro schemes. I've been running the ball pretty well. I feel like I can get better at the point of contact once I'm actually pass proing. Like once we're in contact, I feel like I can get better in that area. But that's about it. I feel like I've been doing pretty good and showing people what I'm about.
What are some of the points of emphasis of this new offensive staff, maybe in comparison to the previous staff? What are some of the biggest changes you've noticed in the offense?
Definitely the tempo, at the speed we're snapping the ball, the speed we're getting back on the ball. Like if you bust a long run, you got to know to take it back to the hash, put it down, so you can't waste time, get back on the ball and run the next play. And it's way faster, it gets you tired, but this is why we're doing what we're doing, because we're getting in shape for the season where we're going to be wearing out defenses.
Damari, we've heard a lot about the new offensive line and kind of surprising people.
Oh, yeah.
What have you seen out of those guys?
Those guys are dogs, man. You never hear a complaint out of them. Real stand-up guys. I can always talk to them. They're big, but they're really friendly, and they take me in warm arms, open arms, and they always do their 111, and yeah.
Are you a little Italy guy?
I've been like once, but that was when I was a recruit. It was pretty good to me.
No, we're asking like Hugh Freeze was into the little Italy piece, so I was kind of curious.
Yeah.
Are you still?
Do y'all like Little Italy? No.
I like it depending on what time.
So which
Time and situation.
What's y'all favorite pizza spot out here?
Johnny Brusco's.
Johnny Bruce.
Brusco's.
I've never been there.
Little Italy.
Gotta go.
Little Italy.
He's a little Italy guy. I like Brusco's.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the Brusco's spot. Definitely.
Yeah, give it a shot. How would you sort of describe the different running styles between you and Brian and Jarquez? You mentioned how you guys are going to be rotating this year. What would you say kind of each of you brings to the table in terms of running style?
Everybody's seen Jarquez play. I'm pretty sure, he brings like that power, that force to the table, that speed, and I feel like I bring that as well, and I bring that speed, and I can get pretty elusive, in and out of my cuts, and I feel like Brian, he brings the speed and the cuts as well.
What specifically?
Oh, not to mention we can all catch out the backfield as well.
What specifically, kind of what he was asking about the offense and what you're expected to do, what specifically is different, whether it's, in terms of how you're being coached within the offense and how you're expected to run the football? Is there anything different schematically so far?
I mean, I would say like we're expecting to run the football differently. There's some different runs because we're always out of the gun, and last year we were out of the center a lot, under the center as well. And I would say we're taught to run the ball any differently. It's like we're taking the same footwork. Our read keys are the same and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's really just like different formations, and just the wording's different, like play wise and all that type of stuff. But I wouldn't say anything specifically. It's a lot different than last year.
Tomorrow, did you get to know Jeremiah Cobb during the recruiting process, and what would you tell him when he gets here sometime in May or June?
Oh yeah, me and Jeremiah grew pretty close. We worked out a few times as well, and I would just tell him, just stay focused, just work with this time that he's got right now, and when he come in, just attack the field every day, like with the mindset that he's coming in to take over, and that's the advice that I have for him.
We were talking to Jeffrey Ember, I think it was last week, and he
Yeah.
said Jarquez's style is very Jarquez.
Yeah, it is. Like when people ask me about Jarquez and who I would compare him to, I just say, he's his own running back. Like I don't really know anyone that he runs like.
I mean, just as a guy, like what's he like as a guy too?
Jarquez is a funny dude. We're always together, and so he's just funny. He's obviously out know his country as well. And, he's just a funny dude. Great personality, good smile, all that.
Damari, when we talked to Emba, he said he had the best drip on the team, and you might be second. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I think I got the best drip, but we're gonna see this season. For sure.
I don't know. Ember comes with it now.
Oh yeah, he do.
What about Cadillac's outfit for Tiger Walk?
Nah, Cadillac be having it on. Yeah.